Heartbreaking news for Martin Short and his family. His daughter, Katherine Hartley Short, has passed away at the age of 42. In a statement to People, the family shared, "It is with profound grief that we confirm the passing of Katherine Hartley Short." The Short family is devastated by this loss and asks for privacy at this time. Katherine was beloved by all and will be remembered for the light and joy she brought into the world. On Monday, February 23rd, the Los Angeles Fire Department responded to a call at a Hollywood Hills home. The Los Angeles coroner later confirmed that Katherine took her own life. We send our deepest condolences to her loved ones as they navigate this unimaginable loss. Katherine was adopted by Martin and his late wife, Nancy Dolman, who passed away from ovarian cancer in 2010 after 30 years of marriage. Together, they also adopted 2 sons, Oliver Patrick and Henry Hayter. It was a close-knit family and, by all accounts, deeply supportive of one another. Professionally, Katherine dedicated her life to helping others. She was a licensed clinical social worker in private practice and also worked part-time with the My Health, focusing on community outreach, family support groups, peer support, and psychotherapy. On her website, she detailed a wide range of specialties, including anxiety, psychotic disorders, and borderline personality disorder. She was also involved with the mental health nonprofit Bring Change to Mind, which works to erase the stigma around mental illness, something she understood personally. Katherine openly shared that she lived with mental health challenges and had a service dog named Joni, after Joni Mitchell, who supported her for 5 years. She earned her bachelor's degree from New York University and her master's in social work from the University of Southern California, building a career centered on compassion and care. This tragedy adds to a history of deep personal losses in Martin's life. Behind the quick wit and the bright smile audiences know so well, he has endured an extraordinary amount of heartbreak. There was tremendous humor in the house growing up, a lot of laughing, but there was tragedy during his teenage years as well. First, when Martin was 12, his brother David died in a car accident. Then, when he was 17, his mother died from cancer, and 2 years later, his father died from a stroke. Whoa, we might need a minute here. The actor harbored no bitterness and even viewed this heartbreaking trifecta as a gift of sorts. Martin believed that because he had such a solid foundation in life, the tragedy and loss didn't throw him sideways. Those kinds of situations are horrible, but I think that you are either empowered by them or you become a victim of them. According to Short, he was given almost an insight early into what life was, which is, whether we like it or not, we think the world has ended that day, but the sun goes up. Once, Stephen Colbert, his friend, went really far with his material at a White House Correspondents' Dinner. George W. Bush was not finding it funny at all. Martin said, "Weren't you scared?" And Stephen replied, "When I was 12, my father and 2 brothers were killed in a plane crash together. That day I was scared." And when he heard the story, he thought, "I know from what you speak." Strangely, the sadness early in life made him stronger and more resilient. And that insight helped Martin when his beloved wife, Nancy Dolman, died of cancer in 2010. The night before my wife died, I was in the jacuzzi with my son and I told him, "This is the weirdest night for you because it's the worst night of your life, and yet you're being empowered," he recalls. Before his wife Nancy died, they were together for 36 years, but the actor says he would have been divorced 5 times if he hadn't found the right person.
We were together for 36 years. So at a certain point, you literally become one person.
Finish each other's sentences.
No kidding.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have faked it and played a game just because he didn't want to be divorced. The whole story is recounted in Short's heartfelt memoir, I Must Say, My Life as a Humble Comedy Legend. The book tracks the comedy and tragedy of his rich and varied showbiz career, from working in Toronto in 1972 with Eugene Levy and Gilda Radner, to starring on Broadway and winning a Tony in 1999 and beyond. He gets brutally honest, even talking about his relationship with Gilda Radner, one of the 7 original cast members of Saturday Night Live. Martin dated Gilda on and off for a couple of years and admitted he had difficulty understanding her struggles with insecurities and eating disorders. It caused a great deal of conflict for the couple. Nevertheless, they remained good friends, and it was Radner who championed her ex to producers as a cast member of SNL. Short's next serious relationship was with future wife Dolman, which lasted 36 years. "We really did have a great relationship," Short said. "We had a great time, and the party continued from the beginning to the end. The actor is in no rush to marry again, and has told friends not to set him up." Martin knows Nancy would want him to be happy, but, quote, "It's a tough act to follow, and you can't fake what you had." In the opening passage of his memoir, the actor describes a fight in 1977 with his partner, Nancy, who would soon become his wife. Short had just joined the Second City comedy troupe in Toronto. He had started to develop characters that made use of his compact physique and his ability to contort his voice and face with rubber band elasticity. One such character was Ed Grimley, an overenthusiastic dork in high-waisted pants. During the fight, which Martin notes was about nothing at all, as most relationship squabbles are, Nancy did something unexpected. She asked to speak with Ed rather than with Martin. He immediately transformed into his alter ego. When Nancy asked Ed what her boyfriend's problem was, he suggested that Martin was jealous of your beauty and wisdom and saddened by his own tragic limitations. He then added, "Although his endowment has certainly been blessed by the Lord." Nancy thanked Ed and told him to go away. The argument was over.
So that if we had a fight, my wife and I, she'd say, "Oh, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I want to talk to Ed. I like Ed better." So I'd then become Ed and say, "Oh, what's his problem, Nancy? Talk about self-indulgence, I must say."
The scene provides a small yet powerful window into Short's approach to life in comedy and in general. He's always going bigger, broader, rushing headfirst for the joke to break the tension. But his flamboyance carries sweetness and boyish play that has never really left him. Short seems as excited about his work today, at 75 years old, as he was when he first joined the cast of the Canadian sketch show SCTV in 1982. He is a beloved late-night show guest who is always trying to one-up his previous appearance. It may be tempting to see his all-round cheerfulness as a compensation for a challenging personal history. No. Short is empathetic, that he doesn't use his humor to cover any kind of pain. Every generation gets its own Martin Short. Gen X kids know him from Three Amigos, in which he, Steve Martin, and Chevy Chase play out-of-work actors who are mistakenly recruited to fight Mexican gangsters. For millennials, he's a flamboyant wedding planner from The Father of the Bride. Now, Gen Zers can meet him in the Hulu comedy mystery series Only Murders in the Building. Short, along with Steve Martin and their unlikely co-star Selena Gomez, play true crime obsessives who decide to investigate a murder that has occurred in their fancy Manhattan apartment building.